What up, guys? Good evening tonight. I always get asked this question a lot. I don't know how everybody else is doing, but how do I get more business? And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Hopefully my voice don't go bad here. It's starting to go downhill real quick. But how do I get more business? And so I'm going to talk about a couple different things of ways to get more business. And it's not just, I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple different things. And so once, I hope I went live. But again, how can I get more business and what can I do to get more business? And so one thing that we can do to get more business is obviously we got to get our name out there. If we don't get our name out there, we are not getting business. And so that can be a very bad thing. And so how do we get our name out there? What up, Mad Ford Cars? How do we get our name out there? What's some good ways to get our name out there? What are some ways that you all are getting business right now? Like I say, I know, like I've always said it on here, I can teach anybody how to clean, but let's see, Sterling Wash. Hey, Jason, advice on marketing school systems. Okay, so what are some ways that we can get business? What is the best way to get business? What is the what are some ways? So let me hear from you all. What are some ways that you are doing that is working well, and maybe what are some things that you've done that hasn't worked so well? What is something that has failed? And so some of the failures that I've had in the past is anything from EDDM. It wasn't really a great thing. It barely broke even. So, that was kind of a failure. But even though it's a failure, it is something that can help us grow because maybe we did it wrong. Maybe we need to do it a little different. Maybe I know what my problem was. I didn't follow up on it. EDDM is one of those things. If you're not sending EDDM, SendGem, any of that stuff, if we're not sending to that same address 3 or 4 times, we might as well not even send it out the first time. And that is something that I know for a fact that if we do not send it out, and do that, that can be definitely something that can cause us to doing that. I look forward on Wednesday night service with Jason since our church doesn't meet right now. And so I'm getting some good ones in here. Signs. I love signs. Signs is a great way to get it up. Some referrals, that can help us grow. And again, like Wild Wild West said here, touches. And that is what it's all about. And EDDM is every door direct mail is what that means. I've been getting a lot of work off the Nextdoor app. That's a great app to do. I've done all these things. I've hit a bunch of these. And so Sterling Wash was asking, and thanks for the super chat, was asking about how to get business off of the school system. Signs. What did he put down here? Signs had the CEO of the condominium complex call me today. Wants to meet Friday morning to bid 20 units, 10 different buildings from $3 sign. Hoping this is a start into the commercial bidding, but I have no idea to bid them. Well, I've talked about that in my course, how to bid it. I bid it by the hour and try to figure that out. How do you price when you first start up? Well, I hope I don't lose my voice because it's going to crap real fast. How do I price when you first start up? I would start out at, try to shoot for that 200, 250 $300 an hour is what I would start trying to do. But so with the school systems, I would go for the email side of things. And even that might be a tough thing to do because a lot of the school systems don't know what the hell they're going to do. And so I would maybe go toward the school boards of the whole district is probably where I would start. But even then, you might have to go for the individual schools and that kind of thing along those ways. So, Jason, I'm doing the school system now, and it's quickly taking me to the next level. Awesome. And so that's how I would try to shoot for how to do the school systems and stuff. And so school systems, like I say, that is something that is commercial, and commercial will get you to the next level. You will only get so far on residential only. You really need to be able to do commercial. And so that is definitely what you should start shooting for once you hit a certain level or you start feeling comfortable to do it. Now, when you start going for commercial, it's tough. It's not easy. You got to do a little work to do it. You got to be able to, and you got to remember that these jobs are big. But how do we eat an elephant? Every time somebody asks me, how do I bid something? I say, how do we eat an elephant? One bite at a time, And so what I mean by that is we can't look at this big giant building and think, oh my God, I could never do that. Well, if you have that mentality, you probably will never do that. But if you think about it into smaller chunks and you do it in smaller chunks, now it's a lot easier to do that. And so this is some ways that, you can grow your business and be successful. So another thing that we can do to help get our business is some website stuff. And so I was looking at some website stuff, and I've been playing with some different types of websites. And I came across one that I've come across two that has made almost probably $500,000. And it's not a website that you're going to look at normally. I was looking at, WordPress and Wix and all the easy ones. And so I came across this website. And this website, it costs $50 a month. And they do everything for you. They will build it for you. They will set everything up for you and everything. Now, I didn't ask either one of these guys if I could use it, but I'm going to use their website to show you what it is. And it does work good. And so I know for a fact personally that both these websites are very, very, have made lots of money. And so the first one here, if it will show me here, is... and I am not sponsored by these guys. I do not make $1 off of anything on these websites here. So this is just me sharing you some stuff. So this is Power Pro Washing. He's actually right down the road from me. And you can see it's a nice website. It's a very, very easy to look at. It's very easy to see. We can see what he does, all that kind of thing. Now, if Benjamin is watching here, he might need to get a button fixed. This button right here is not working. When you hit that button, if it will allow me to do something here, it's going to a page not found. And that's not a good thing. But I know this website's not that old, and so I know that you can get that fixed. So, but the other guy that I know that is using this same website is made over, he told me those numbers. He started in May of 19, and last year he made $100,000 in little old Northern Kentucky. And then this year he's made about $150,000, $140,000 this year. So it's made over $240,000 off of a $50 a month website. $50 a month is nothing for a website. By the time you pay for hosting and all that stuff, all this is covered in that. So it's already covered. You don't have to do hosting. You don't have to do none of that stuff. You might have to buy the website. I don't know if it includes that. But this is something that, you can definitely do for $50 a month is what it costs. And it's made by Webit, W-E-B-I-T. And it does show, and this is a good thing to do too, is to where you go for your reviews. Once we come into our reviews, it says click here to leave a review. And this is a good thing to do because this way it allows customers to look at your reviews and see how you can do it. And you can see he's got 153 5-star reviews. This is how you get your phone to ring. This is a great way to get your phone to ring. If you can get 150 5-star reviews, your phone will blow up. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. This guy here spends very little bit in marketing. He's been in business about 3 or 4 years and spends very, very little in marketing. And I know that for a fact. Very little. I'm talking very, very little in marketing, if any. And so this is definitely something that we want to make sure that our 5-star reviews are up and ready to go. And so this is, and then also somebody could write a 5-star review if they wanted to. It is a very fast website. I did do the GT metrics. It loaded in 1.8 seconds, which is very fast, which is very good. So these are some things that we want to look at on a website. But again, I just wanted to show, I know I got a lot of new people out there trying to get websites up, and there's people that'll charge you anywhere from $200 a month for, you'll pay anywhere from the cheapest I think I can find. I got one dude cheaper, but you're looking anywhere from about $800 to $2,500 or $5,000. It's very well. It looks very good. It has got very good SEO in on-page SEO. The external SEO is not there, but the on-page SEO is there, and so that is something that you can do. And so Kenneth Rickner asks, "What is it?" It's let me see if I can go down here to get to the web page, if it'll show up. Please sometime talk about recruiting. I feel it's the thing holding me back. And so this here is called Webit, W-E-B-I-T, WEBIT.com is the name of the website. And so it does it all. Like I say, you can do all kinds of things with this website. You don't have to do anything. They will build the whole thing for you, and they will build it all for you, and you don't have to do nothing. Now, you can go in and change some things if you want to change some things, or you might have to tweak some wording and stuff, but they will do it all for you. And so that is something that is definitely worth looking into if you don't have a website yet. And like I say, it's $50 a month, and it's a great way to do it. Do you need a website? It's debatable, but I would highly commend get you a website if you don't have one. And for $50 a month, you can't beat that. How much insurance should I carry when I'm starting residential? I would probably just go ahead and do the $1 million. It's usually not that much more expensive. Jason, big fan. I've learned a lot from you, but I'm a rookie. The pressure washing business, I started out with a 2.5. Now I'm working with a 12-volt soft wash system. So my question is, if you had don't know what the rest of the question, what would it be? If you had, I have Webit, and they are very good for what they do for that price. And that's what I've heard. One of the other guys I talked to said that they call you once a month to see if you want to add anything, take anything away, anything of that. They're very good about customer service is top notch. So my advice for a new guy is take my course, pressurewashhelp.com/training, or you can do in-person training and learn all the tricks and tips, and then go from there. I would also get into make sure that you are doing marketing, soft wash systems, and all the different. Don't get new shiny syndrome. Don't get into that. You especially if you're on all these pressure washing boards, they'll come up with some new thing or new fangle dangle, and you can go chasing down rabbit holes. I talked to Jeremy Cockerman 2 weeks ago or 3, and he's using the same rig he used 4 years ago. And so don't go down that trail of doing it. I have built my site, and they are good at what they do for that price. Yep. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Give me some critiques. What's your critiques? I had a call to bid 7 fleets for $12 a piece. They were semis. I wasn't going to do it, but I guess what? His buddy has a landscaping company with 61 trucks. Did them for $12. Yeah, I'm not into the fleet washing stuff. I made my first Facebook business post profiles, nice pics. Tried to two ads, but Facebook suspended them. Now they locked me from my ads. What do you think? What do I do now? My ads were not in violation. It depends on what violation it is, because they got me too. This is something that they can get you in violation, and you never know what their violation is. So you just got to know what it is and go from there. So like I say, you never know what their violation is. I had some, and it can be certain words. It can be all kinds of stupid, goofy stuff that can cause it to be violated. And so that is definitely something you got to check out. What's the name of the company? I hit that. Jason, I asked last week, but your computer was being stupid. Would you be willing to look at my website and tell me what you think? I've changed a bunch of stuff on your advice. Yeah, I should be able to. Give me the link, or send me the address of it. I might even do it while I'm sitting here. That way I can get it done. I have a website. They're very good. From Midland, Texas. The question, thanks for the super chat. Hey, and if you, Sterling Wash, if you ever want to come on, let me know. I'll bring you on here, because I know you've been around. You're in the northern, or you're not in the northern Kentucky area, but you're in the Kentucky, the Lexington area. The question I ask myself often is, what currently is holding me back, then fix it. And that's a tough question, because you were asking about hiring people too, and when to get to the next level. And what I always tell people is, when you want to get to the next level, you got to get off the truck. And that will be the hardest thing to do, is get off the truck. When you can get off the truck, you will be able to move to the next level, because now you can do bidding, you can work on other things, because it's like what I've said before. There's different tiers of what we're working on. So when we're working on the truck, we could pay somebody $15 an hour to do that same job you're doing. So when we're working on the truck, we are making $15 an hour. And so if we want to go to the next level and we want to move up, we need to work on $100 an hour jobs. We need to work on $1,000 an hour tasks. We don't need to be working on $15, $20 an hour tasks. Because when we are working on $15, $20 an hour tasks, we're not working on $1,000 tasks. And so to work on that $1,000 task, we got to move up and get off that truck. Now, is it easy getting off the truck? Nope. It'll be one of the hardest things you do. For a lot of people, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. And so that is definitely something that you got to do to get off the truck. Actually, pro power washing. I was talking, actually, as long as everything goes right, and I need to email him, this Sunday night, I will be talking to a guy that just came off the truck this year, and he's being very successful. And if this coronavirus wouldn't have hit, he would have did over $500,000 this year. And so he's got 3 trucks now, and he's coming off the truck, and he's been able to really be able to take his business to the next level. And so that is what I would tell you to do is you've got to be able to get off the truck and do it if you want to go to the next level. Now, if you want to be the most profitable and you don't want to grow a big business, stay one-man truck, and you'll make a lot of profit, and you can be very successful. You can do $150,000, $200,000 a year, and be there. Now, you're not going to be on the truck, and you're going to have to figure out different systems. You're going to have to figure out, maybe hire somebody in the office so that they can answer the phone and make sure the phone's getting answered, and do the quotes that are easy quotes, or we're hiring a company to do that, or something along those lines. Jason, thank you for all you do. You are a major influence in the industry, especially the new guys. Well, thank you. How do I wash landscaping bricks on a very large commercial plaza? Low pressure. You're going to want to do it with chemical. You're going to want to do it with, depending on what type of what type of brick they are, you're going to want to hit it with probably anywhere from about a 3% to 6%. And by the way, the beard looks good. Actually went and got a haircut today. I'll come on soon. Got to get off the truck. You have to work on on your business, not in your business. I can't wait to get to that level. And I know this isn't about this here, and I've been hitting on it a lot, but that's fine because I got some people in this level. And then when we talk about it Sunday, we'll actually kind of go with a real life person and how he came off the truck. And so, the one thing to get off the truck is we got to start putting systems in place. We can't hire somebody and say, well, that guy's just a dumbass and he ain't no good. You know what? You gotta first off, you gotta trust people. If you can't trust people, you're gonna have a hard time getting off the truck. Because it's like I've always said, as long as my guys can clean it 70 to 80% as good as I could, so be it. There's going to be guys that can clean it 110% better than you. So be it. But there's going to be some that are going to be 70, 80%, and you got to be happy with that. You got to put systems into place so that way things don't get taken for granted, don't get screwed up, all that kind of stuff. And so, for instance, check sheets. I got check sheets in there in my pressurewashhelp.com/training. And these check sheets will help. All right, when you get to the job, you got to do this, 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 and this. Because we got to make it as dummy proof as we can. If we don't make it dummy proof, they will screw it up. Guarantee it. And when they screw up, we can't sit there and say, well, that's my fault. No, or that's his fault. He don't know what he's doing. Or did you not train him right? And so this is something that you definitely got to do. Benjamin wants a meeting with a bunch of Kentucky boys. Hope you're up for it. I'll be up for it. Marketing is the only thing we really need. Is the only thing we really need to worry about. The rest is easy peasy. You're right. Because if you can't get marketing, it don't do you no good. I'm getting a 4-gallon electric starting delivered tomorrow. What surface cleaner do I need to recommend? I would do either the 16 or 18 inch. And here's the thing about the right people. The people that we're paying, unless we're paying high dollar, it's going to be hard to get somebody that cares. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to care about your business like you care about it. It's kind of like I was talking the other day. We have to think positive and think positive and be positive. And when we got employees, we got the same thing. We have to be positive, think positive, and we want them to think the same way. Now, are they going to think positive and be positive? Probably not. But that's where we got to really push. Because if I say, well, all these employees ain't worth crap and da-da-da-da-da, well, guess what? We just speak that into existence, and it's probably going to happen if you don't have any good people. So that's the reason why we got to do it. Hi, man. This is Timothy with Beckley, LaGrange, Georgia. What can I do to get commercial business? I have tried and even spent a lot of money on residential, but I have not been successful. I'm going to tell you, go to pressurewashhelp.com/training. I got a whole training series that I just did on it. How to get business through different ways. So definitely go check that out. Have you ever washed huge storage tank, water towers, propane holding tanks? I have done one water tower. I've done one propane tank. In most of them, you're going to do in storage tanks. And the guys that I've helped get a storage tank, it is something that it's not that hard. You're just going to do like a normal wash. Yeah, I think it's easy for people to say charge big money, but when everyone around charges low, how the heck can we compete with that? You still charge teak. I know around here in the Cincinnati area, I showed y'all, there's a sign for $169. People were charging $350 to $600 or more. That's where we can't worry about our competition. It's about getting our phone to ring, and once we get our phone to ring, we can charge what we want, because we got to charge our service, and that's how we do it. If we worry about whatever everybody else is charging, we will never get business, because everybody else probably won't answer their daggone phone. And that's why if we get 5, 25, 55, 100 5-star reviews, people are going to use you because you're the 5-star review, not because you're the cheapest. And we don't want to be the cheapest. We don't even want, if the cheapest is all down there, we don't even want to be around there. All right. I put my website in the comments for you, but another question, could you talk about some PPE for being on roofs? I didn't see your other. So PPE for being on roofs, obviously, we want to be, if we're doing roof cleaning, we want to use a respirator, with the chemical ones. And so we definitely want to do that. We want to be tied off. The capitalist had a video the other day showing how he ties off. And so I would definitely tie off. And so that is something that you can do. If you know your numbers, you will never be the cheap guy. 99 guy guarantee they do not know their numbers. You're right. And so the capitalist talking about that, he just did a video on gutter clean out with the Ridge Pro. Go check that out. And that's a good video to watch. And that's the capitalist. He just posted down here, the compassionate capitalist. He did a video about a couple weeks ago about the Ridge Pro and how he does it and all that kind of stuff. He's got a couple of them on there with the Ridge Pro. Go check that out. That's a good video to learn. That's some good safety to do. And so that I would definitely do that. And then obviously wearing some chemical gloves, being that we're dealing it. The biggest thing is when we're up there, make sure we're wearing a respirator, because when we're using 6% or 5%, any percent at that point, and it's hitting that hot roof and it is turning into a gas like that, we don't want to be breathing that stuff in. That's probably when it's the most dangerous for our lungs and everything else. Benjamin wants to do it. Just learned I'm the $99 guy. I did a small ranch for $299 in an hour. Lady said house looked great, and she paid 1/3 of the next door neighbor. Hey, that means you can raise your prices, dude. That's awesome. What happens when you overbid a job because you don't want it and get it anyway? I literally went so high, I knew he wouldn't get it, and if he didn't, I wouldn't change my mind working for it anyway. You should have bid more, Gregory. You probably could have got $2,500 out of that stupid thing off of a 1-story metal roof cleaning. I've been pricing stuff around like everyone on YouTube, and so far I haven't gotten any business. Well, maybe you need to learn how to sell better. Maybe you need to make sure your scripts are good and everything. Hi, Jason. I hope family is good and healthy. Can I start with a 3.5? I would really start with a 4-gallon or more. You really need a 4-gallon or more. And see, this is the problem. I'm just not getting enough quotes out. And so that isn't a bidding problem. That's because the bidding problem, we're only going to close 50 to 60, 70% of our close rates. So that means we got to get more bids coming in. And so this is a marketing problem. A marketing problem is how do we get that phone to ring? And that can be hard for some people. It can be easy for other people, and here's the thing. If your phone's not ringing, when I see you on Facebook, I don't need to see you in the pressure washing groups. I need to see you on your own Facebook, page going live and doing things to get that way. I want to see signs going out. I want to see, hey, I'm going to go to 25 signs a week. I'm going to put 25 signs a week out. I'm going to put 50 signs out a week and try that for, a couple months. I guarantee your phone's going to ring 100%. Jason Hoffman over here was hollering the same thing a couple while ago. I'm in Florida and nobody wants to pay anything. Well, guess what? He got off the phone. Now his wife is closing all kinds of jobs. It wasn't even the marketing at that point. It was who's answering the phone. There can be different things that could be wrong with our business. If we don't know how to, and him and her answer the phone the exact same way. It's just, she can close a lot more than he can. And so it's about finding those things that we need to do to make our business go to the next level. If you really want to be successful, you need to realize you're not really in the pressure washing business. You're in the market. You're actually in the customer service business is what you're there. You're right. We're not in a pressure washing business. We are actually selling these people time. And if you don't know how to sell time, that is going to be an issue. If you don't let them know that their time is worth whatever it's worth, you will never be able to sell and grow that business, period. And if we think that this is a pressure washing business and we got to sell, when we're worried about on our phone call of, well, we do soft washing and we use all this pressure, we use a 5 these people don't care. They care about one thing. They have a dirty house and they want it clean. If we can solve those two problems, we can probably sell business. And you know what we want to talk about when we're on Facebook Live and our marketing stuff? Getting your house clean and saving you time. Because that's what, at the end of the day, we are doing. If we don't save them time, anybody can go out there and rent a pressure wash and go pressure wash, but it's going to take them all day, and then they can't walk for a week. And so that is what we are doing at the end of the day, is saving them time. What if I teach an employee everything, then he goes off and starts his own business? Wish him the best of luck, but now I don't have an employee. Well, it's like the one quote is, treat them like no other so they don't want to leave. And then I seen, you can do a non-compete. That's about useless as tits on a bull. The non-compete is. So that's about as useless as a piece of paper that it's on. So, if you treat an employee right and you treat them, they won't want to leave. Here's the thing. Everybody thinks they can go start a business and do this. It comes down to what we're talking about right now. Doing the pressure washing is the easy part. Doing the business side of things is the hard part. And so that is the hard part. Getting business, making sure you're getting paid, doing your AR, all that stuff, all these other hats that we got to wear besides just spraying water. Again, spraying water is a $15 task. All these other tasks are a lot more expensive and cost a lot more. You don't find a lot of AR people that are making accounts receivable making $15 an hour. They're probably making a little bit more than that because it's an important job. I'll check it out. Can you charge more just for answering the phone? Some people. And again, if you don't know your numbers, you never will be you will never be the $99 guys. I guarantee they do not know their numbers. Absolutely right. A lot of people are already happy you picked up and are polite. Absolutely. For insurance reasons, you should never film your guys on a roof without PPE. That is 100% correct. Because if you ever have somebody fall off or ever get somebody hurt, OSHA will find that video and you are done, screwed at that point. Appreciate the video, sir. Been watching your channel for a few weeks now, starting my own business up north of you. Awesome, Brad. What's up north? And whoever was wanting me to do the website review, I haven't seen that come across here yet. Simple, if Simple Blackwell. Yeah, I didn't see your website come through yet. Simple. If more money charged, more provided, more people already know if you're cheap. They already expect lower quality, and you have a lower customer retention. Are you cold calling on commercial jobs to bid on them? If so, do you already have your price point in mind before you approach? You can go that route, but most of the time I just did it all through email marketing and getting lists of property managers and let them call me, and then we bid it at that point. I like to think of marketing like hitting a woman without the sexual of getting of hitting. I'm assuming of getting, and that is exactly right. A lot of times we talk about going right for the grab. I've been working on a phone script to put on here because sometimes it'll be like, hey, what can I do for you? Oh, I need a housewife. Okay, can you please give me your name, number, and email address and address? And they're like, that you might as well just went in for a big French kiss at that point. You're not even softening it a little bit. You're like, hey, okay, so we're gonna need some information. So what's your first name, ma'am? All right, and then what's your last name? See how that softens it up. I need your name, address, email address, phone number, anything you can give me. I want it. They're probably not going to do that for you. That's just not going to happen. The guy literally told me on the phone, the phone after the fact. I was going to hire you regardless of price because I like your work and no one around here has any Google. Exactly, dude. Look how that tap helped you out a bunch. Recommendation on 5.5 gallon high and low pressure hose. High pressure hose is 3/8, and then low pressure I would do 1/2 inch or 5/8. I'd probably go 5/8. Business cards, flyers, door hangers, yard sign. What works best when passing out advertisements? Jobs beginning to slow for us. I like yard signs because you can put one yard sign out and put it in the right spot, and 10,000 people might drive by it a day. Selling time, that's the perfect perspective. Yep. You're killing me, Jason. I close 50% now. If I could get her in the Facebook groups, we are set. Advice for some newer guys: upsell, pre and post treating driveway for $50, etc. Also, you can say no. A guy wanted to pay less for a job, and I said no, my price is fair, and he said okay. Yeah, some people just want to try to get you down at the end of the day. Did probably 200 clip flyers a day. Dryer vent. Thanks for the super chat. Need your help. Okay. What do you need help with? For an enclosed trailer, should I put my hose reels out the back or side door? I would do them out the side door. Hamilton Fairfield area. That's a good area to get into. Let's discuss how we're going to partnership up Cincinnati drug dealer style. Yeah, that's a good area because you can hit Dayton, you can hit South Dayton, all kinds of places. That $1,000 package job tipped me $100. Packages, fella. Packages are the way to get us up higher. That way we can keep a low price. So if we have that low person that don't want to pay no more than they have to, but yet we can get on that high dollar price that everybody will hit. Personally and dress professionally. Tell the customer, treat your house like it is mine. Goes a long way. And this is where 5-star reviews go even further. 5-star reviews is definitely the place to do it. Side door, don't make my mistake. Yep, always want to come out the side door. So I pulled the trigger on an 8-gallon 690 with the TX 8030 20-inch whisper wash with Casper 4 tips. Nice. I wouldn't have did the casters. I don't like them. 3/4. I did a roof wash about a week ago. Was lots of moss on the roof. It rained hard the last 2 days. I don't know what happened, but that could be normal. Hopefully, I don't know how many I lost, but that could be normal. Um, Depending on the rain, I would. I don't know if you're still on here, dryer vent, um, but depending on where you're located at in New Jersey, you could get a lot of moss up there. And once you get to a certain point of too much moss, then you might have to actually pull it off and get it knocked off. If not, make sure as long as that moss is white, if that moss is still green, it's not dead. It has to be white. So you really want to make sure that that moss is dead. And to make sure it's dead, it's got to be all white. If it's not white, it will not do you any good. Do you want Christine, the closer, to help with the script? Sure. I've actually got it pretty much worked out, but I'll see what your script is. Signs work. I live in a small town, and signs get me calls every day. Thank God. Yes, they do. Just got my signs in. Here's the thing, guys. When we get jobs, make sure we're working on our 5-star reviews. If we're not working on our 5-star reviews, that is the long. If you're looking long term and you're all that kind of stuff, that is where the gold is in your 5-star reviews. Just got my 5 pump in and that. Do they get tangled up in the back? I like to give my estimates on off Google Earth. Customers think that I'm professional because I didn't ring the bell and give them a show. Any advice? Make sure that when you are, I'm actually working on that script too of how to do. I did the script of in person. Now I'm doing the script of how to do it off or do it online. And you just got to remember that, obviously we're not going to close as much because we're not building that relationship as much. But if we can close, if we can, especially if you got 30, 45 minute, hour drives, you're wasting a lot of time. And so that is something that I would not do. And I would work on doing more of, make sure that when we're sending our quote that it looks professional, it looks everything. Make sure when we're giving the price if we're going to do the price over the phone, that we are doing everything we need to do. Give the process. What are we doing during the process of it too? Should I put my 12 volt on my 35-gallon water tank? You can. Why out the side? I don't. What's the best chemical? I don't. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. My close rate is very high. I'm already charging high. Should I even go higher? I think quality part of growth. Yep, you will need to go higher to get employees because you got to pay for all that stuff. And remember, Michael, you are not your customer. You are not your customer. Especially where you're working at down there, there's multi-millionaires all over the place. You are not your customer. You are not even close to your customer. And I'm not close to my customer. I'm not my customer, and I'm not even close to my customer. When I was up here in Cincinnati, I've never paid somebody to clean my house. I'd have been out there. I've done it many times, out there with a pressure washer on a 2-story house, spraying away. I'm not my customer. But if people are willing to pay $40, $50 a week to mow their grass, of $200 a month times by $2,000 just to mow grass that's going to grow again or more, then them are the ones that we want as our customer. Thank you for the moss won't come off. Should I rebatch it? Yes, I would, and make sure it's white. Actually, if it's white, I wouldn't touch it. I might try to rinse it off if you're worried about it, especially if you've had 2 good rains. And then if it's not white, you got to spray it again. What's up, Jason? How you doing, Brad? What's a good soap for roof wash and house wash? I use Snotmanade from Mr. Russ Johnson. I don't work for 5-star reviews. I ask for Facebook mentions and get 3 a day. 5-star reviews will get you so much more, dude. 5-star reviews is where that's worth more than a referral. 5-star reviews is where a lot of people are where that's how you social proof yourself. And I see you're charging like $200 an hour. Bump that up to 300. Most people now I know are $300 an hour all over here, up here in north. $300 an hour, easy, no problem. Did you get my website? I'm trying to give it to want me give 1-year-old bath and listen at the same time. Ask me how that's going. I know how that's going. Not very good. Is John V good? I don't know. Why are you asking that? I don't know. I don't know him. I know he's trying to sell stuff. Other than that, I don't know him. Anyone have issues with signs getting pulled? I found that most concrete medians at interstate at stoplights have cracks. I've been putting in them there, and they've been lasting weeks. Nice. Yeah, because if you're not in a place that gets mowed, they'll last usually a lot longer. Thank you for some reason didn't turn white. I used a different pool shop, maybe bad batch. If it didn't turn white, you wasn't strong enough, or it was bad. Stick your finger in it, see if it turns the tip of it, the very tip of it, white. Make sure you're ready to wipe it off or get it off of you once you do that. If it don't turn your fingertip white, it's dead bleach. That's the non-scientific way to check bleach. There's meters and stuff you can do, but the non-scientific way to check bleach is stick your little finger in about that far, just enough to put a little bit on it, and that'll do it. We do bid off Google. We tell them it's a standard pricing. We are able to measure pretty close. Oh, you have a 2-car garage. That's this much. We can give you 10% off with a house wash for that much. Yep. Complete pressure solution. Let me see if I can look that up here real quick. Complete pressure solutions. Sorry about that. I'm typing. I can't do 2 things at once, and I can't spell either. So that's another great thing. That's why my wife writes a lot of the emails. Otherwise, you'll get a 1-word thing, and that's about it. Alrighty. Alright, I found it. I'll do it here shortly. Is bark any better than oleic acid powder? Yes, it is. It's a lot more, though. I'm charging like $200 an hour. Yep, you can get, thanks, per hour. That will be in touch. Yeah, you can get $300 an hour now. Most people up here are getting $300 a house wash. I do know Pro Wash in your area in Lexington did have to go down to $259 for some of the smaller houses, but he's still getting $300 too. Do you pay someone to manage your Facebook ads or Google ads? I do all my Google ads, and all my Google ads I do have in my course, or you can do a one-time setup of it. So I do have that for my Google ads. For running them, I give you an hour call that I teach you kind of what you need to do to make them work and all that kind of stuff. And I see the compassion. I'll answer it again there. Talk to me about Google ads for power washing. What about building backlinks for website SEO? So on that, compassionate, like I say, I do have all my AdWords that I did for my business. I do it as a one-time setup. You pay it. It goes a one-time setup. I do an hour where I go through and teach you everything you need to know to make sure that you're hitting your negative keywords and all that kind of thing. And then you can go from there. On the backlinks, on the SEO, I kind of go at it a little bit different. I go at it toward the Google My Business side of things, and what I'm finding out, and it's working for DJ, is when I really pack that in, it kind of really spins the rest of it, and it gives it more of that gives it more of that stuff, the go juice to get his phone ringing. Watch your videos, took your advice, and I'm upgrading my pressure washer to the 5.5, getting delivered tomorrow. Awesome. Your wife writes your emails. I'm not alone. All these years I thought I was the only one. No, you're not the only one. I suck at writing emails. It's something that I struggle with. It's not something to do. Good place to get signs and a good size to get. You want to go to pressurewashhelp.com/get signs, and you want to get the 18 by 24. It's this sign right here. Again, one color, one large service, large phone number. If you want to put the website, you can. I don't recommend. You don't have to. You can either way, but large. That's your most important thing. And one service. Don't try to do 10 different services when we're doing that stuff. Leslie Poole wants $23 for 5 gallons of 12.5. Any other place you might know that doesn't charge an arm and a leg? New Jersey. I'm sure there's some place, because there's a ton of people that do it up there. You're going to have to probably find somebody that does pools and stuff like that. Go to your hotel, see who they use, and go from that. Do you recommend charging, going to location to give an estimate? If so, how much? I never did. I don't see how people would do it either. So, yep, signs, fellas. Don't waste time with painting. Jason, you and Bobby keep going live about the same time. Call Bobby and work it out. Hey, I've been going live on Wednesday night every night. I'm better than Bobby anyway. He's full of SH anyway. So he's just a wannabe. I bet he don't have 77 people on his live. I guarantee you that much. I had almost 87 up here, 89. I guarantee he probably only got half that. All right, I'm going to do this website review here real quick. So when you pull it up, you get this here. I don't know if I would do that so much, because again, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know who you are, what that kind of stuff. Let's see what Learn More does. It takes me to here: pressure washing, soft washing, gutter brightening. Again, it doesn't tell me. I went to there and it doesn't tell me what the 10% is, or how to get to 10%. Go back to home. I would do a house, a nice looking house. You can see this house here. It's just a nice house here. It isn't about even some. I mean, you can do some before and after pictures. It's just a nice house. This here is the customer I want. It's probably got brick on the front and vinyl siding all the way around it. It's got some shake up here, which is vinyl, I'm sure. And this is what I want. This is my customer that I want. I don't want a customer that I don't want. Picture says 1,000 words. And so you really need to make sure you got pictures on your homepage. That is for sure. Pressure washing. Again, people don't care about your stuff. This is where I would do before and afters, that kind of thing. This is what I would have up top there. I probably wouldn't even put this picture in here, because then that means I'm going for that customer. And I'm not going for customers in trailers. That's not my customer. That's definitely, can I do trailers? That's fine, but that's not my customer. You do have a nice large phone number. I don't know if it's clickable or not. That's, this one looks like it's clickable. I don't know if that other one was clickable or not. And so you want to make sure when you're checking your phone numbers on your mobile phone, you want to make sure you're using the Chrome app and not the Safari app, because sometimes the Safari app will click, but the other one won't. So make this number bigger so that way it's seen there. So just some things there for you to look at. Jason does Google Ads. I do them. I don't actually run them anymore, though. I understand he is good at it. Just give him a call. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Let's see what this is. I've been talking to him. Shoot. I've been talking to him on the phone. Show our picture. Christina does the photo work. You got a super chat from Firewater. I thank you for that super chat. My computer wants to be stupid again. Do you rinse off SH after roof wash or leave it? I do not rinse off the roof wash unless if it don't have gutters, then I would highly recommend rinsing that off. Because what can happen sometimes is if we don't rinse it off, the next morning when the dew comes, or something like that, just a little bit can knock off that salt, and it'll go right into those plants, and that is when we start having issues. So that is why then I would rinse it off if I didn't have gutters. If I have gutters, I never rinse them. I always just let them go and be done with it. I hope that helps. But one other thing here, if my computer will be nice to me, it was working so good, and now it's decided to poop. If you are looking for, should I put a woman-owned business at the top of my homepage? I might would. If you're looking for something to do for Christmas, check out, or for wintertime, and you want to keep your business going, this is a good time to start learning about it. And getting ready. If you've got my pressure washing class, you already have it. If you just want to do Christmas lights, you can do it. It's a lot cheaper. It's a tear down. And so Christmas lights is a great way to do business in the wintertime. So you can also check out, it's also on my training, pressurewashhelp.com/training also. Also, so this Sunday night I will have Mr. Eric Decker on this Sunday night. Also, don't forget that if you are in my membership and you want to come to the Zoom call will be at 7:00 Sunday evening. Last week 2 weeks ago was really good. We had about 10 people on there. And so it's just a good place to come, see each other, talk each other, see how, different things to help each other out and to be able to grow your business more. I answer a lot of questions in there, personally questions face to face, and that way we can see, we got to see some guys' rigs, which is really cool to see how people are growing and that kind of thing. So definitely don't miss out on Sunday night at 7 if you are in my membership. I will be sending an email out with the link to it, to the Zoom call, so you can make sure you get on there. I don't care if a man or a woman does the job. I just want a good job done, so I don't think it matters. I would have to disagree on that a little bit. I would maybe show that you are a female-owned business and all that kind of stuff. And there's some jobs that will hire you because you're a female, especially if you get certified or whatever it is, because then it will actually help them out over with their stuff there. Renting whatever equipment you need destroys the overhead cost. Requirement. That leaves marketing and professional knowledge. Can you say a few words about that, please? Thanks for your response. I mean, if you can rent equipment and you save money, absolutely, dude. I mean, if you can get all your jobs booked up for 1 day or 2 days or a week, if you get enough booked up for a week, go rent it and go do it that way. Heck yeah. Is there a way I can put my business card onto the membership? I currently have my personal card on there and I need to change it over now that we have our business account set up. Yeah, you can go in there and under settings, I believe, dude, and do it that way. So, again, I've about lost my voice. So, if you want to, oh, that's something I was going to say too. I don't even know where it is now. Go to, if you would like to host training for Christmas lights or pressure washing, go to pressure wash training host. That way I can make sure that I can find, I want to try to start doing some Christmas light training in different places and maybe even pressure washing classes. And the deal will be if I can get 5 students sign up, you will get the training for free. It is starting, and I am giving out certificates now because that is something that I know for a fact that Mr. Trevor said it saved him $300 on his insurance just by having he had to actually do a little bit harder, but just by showing that thing. And there's Mr. Arkansas Soft Wash down here. I'm going to talk to him too. I was meant to call him today actually, and to do a training in Arkansas. And so I may see what I can do down there, whether it would be a pressure washing class or if we do a Christmas light class down in Arkansas too. And so I definitely check that out. I'll have to see when it works out for him. But go check that out. Also, if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/Cody, that's going to be when I'm in Alabama, and that will be July 31st. So if you want to come down and see me and learn from both of us, then go to pressurewashhelp.com/Cody, and that's where that will be. Hope you all have a great night. Have a great week, the rest of the week, and go out there and kill it.